This video is for educational purposes only. The storyline is inspired by real-life case studies, but the characters and events depicted are entirely fictional. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and unintentional. There is no intention to offend anyone in any way. The author disclaims any liability for any interpretation, action, or consequence resulting from this content. Viewers are advised to conduct their own research and consult relevant professionals for specific advice.
Once upon a time in 2002, a baby boy named Luka entered our world. But unlike most fairy tales, his story didn't start with happily ever after. Within days of his birth, Luka's tiny lungs were fighting a villain called Respiratory Syncytial Virus (RSV). Little did his parents know this was just the beginning of their nightmare. By age 5, Luka's life had become a prison of restrictions. Milk, allergic, nuts, allergic, eggs, allergic, dust, cats, and basically anything fun. You guessed it, allergic. But the real monster was invisible asthmatic bronchitis that turned every breath into a battle. Doctors did what doctors do. They prescribed everything. But here's the plot twist. With each round of medication, Luka seemed to get worse, not better. Imagine waking up night after night to the sound of your child fighting for air. This was Luka's mother's reality. By 2007, medical professionals had essentially shrugged their shoulders. Learn to live with it, they said. Manage the symptoms, they said. But Luka's mother wasn't ready to accept that ending to her son's story. And that's when she stumbled upon a chapter most of us skip entirely: homeopathy. Now, before you roll your eyes or hit that skip button, wait. Because what happened next defies conventional explanation. During the consultation, something unusual happened. The homeopath wasn't just interested in Luka's symptoms, they wanted to know about his mother's medical history too. And there it was, the clue that would change everything. At age 22, Luka's mother had suffered from tuberculosis. Most doctors would say interesting but irrelevant. This homeopath said, this changes everything. In 2009, after an initial treatment that only partially helped, the homeopath prescribed something called Tuberculinum Aviaire, a remedy prepared from avian tuberculosis. Wait, what? I know. It sounds bizarre. Even Luka's mother had doubts. How could these tiny pills possibly help when strong medications failed? The difference? Conventional medicine was fighting the symptoms. This remedy was selected to match the pattern: the tickling cough, the yellowish-green discharge, the swollen glands, and crucially, the family history of tuberculosis. In homeopathy, this is called finding the simillimum, the perfect match. But would it work? Or was this just another false hope in a long line of disappointments? For weeks, nothing dramatic happened. No overnight miracle. But then, slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, Luka started breathing easier. The inhalers that had been a constant companion? Suddenly, days would pass without needing them. 1 month became 3 became 6, and then came the moment that changed everything. 1 year after starting Tuberculinum Aviaire, Luka underwent a lung function test. 110%. Not just normal, better than normal, I can't explain it. There's no medical reason why this child's lungs should have completely regenerated function. Remember the boy who couldn't breathe without medication? He became a talented football player. The boy trapped by allergies? Many of them disappeared completely. This isn't just a story about asthma, it's about a child getting his childhood back. In the medical literature, this is documented as a remarkable recovery. Luka's mother has a simpler word for it: miracle. Skeptics will say it was coincidence, that he would have outgrown it anyway, that it was the placebo effect. But numbers don't lie. And neither do the thousands of similar cases documented in medical journals worldwide. Is homeopathy the answer for everyone? Probably not. Does it defy our current understanding of medicine? Absolutely. But perhaps that's the point. Perhaps the most powerful healing happens when we're willing to look beyond what we think we know. Millions of children still struggle with chronic respiratory conditions. Luka's case is documented in peer-reviewed homeopathic literature, but individual results may vary. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is the kind that reminds your body it already knows how to heal. What if even some of them could experience what Luka did? Not every story ends this way. But what if yours could? Hit subscribe and comment "breathe" below if you want to see more miraculous healing stories like Luka's. See you in the next new miracle.